Hello, so today we're looking at arithmetic series. So what is an arithmetic series? Well, okay, let's look at an example. So an arithmetic series is the sum of an arithmetic sequence. So let's review what an arithmetic sequence is. So for example, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So an arithmetic sequence is a sequence where you're adding a constant value to the previous term. So in this case, our initial term is 1, and our common difference between each term, or D, is 2. So this is an arithmetic sequence. So an arithmetic series is when we take the sum of this sequence. So again, we have an initial value, the common difference, but now we're looking, our goal, or usually something of interest to us, is the sum of the first n terms. So for example, S3 would be the sum of the first 3 terms. So it equals 1 plus 3 plus 5 in this case. And what does that equal? That equals 9. So for the first n terms, go back up here, of an arithmetic sequence, the sum equals this expression right here. 2 times a plus nd, all times n plus 1 over 2. Or if we use a recursive form of the general term, then the sum of the first n terms of our arithmetic series is a plus nt over 2 times n plus 1. So we're going to use these two formulas to find the sum of the first n terms of our arithmetic series. All right, so now let's have a look at our examples or the questions we're asked. For the arithmetic series below, find the general term and the sum Sn. Okay, so let's try a different color. All right, so for number 1, we need to find the general term. So the first thing we need to do is find the initial term. So A is 1, our common difference is 2. So what does our general term look like again? Tn equals a plus n minus 1d, or in our case, 1 plus 2 n minus 1. Okay, great. So now we want to find the sum Sn. Sn equals, all right, let's go back up and see what it equals. 2a plus nd times n plus 1 over 2. Okay, let's hope I can remember that. Let's rewrite that. 2a plus d times n plus 1 over 2. I like to check just in case. Yes, I got that right. Now let's plug in our a and d. And what do we have? Sn, let's put it here. Sn equals, our a is 1, our d is 2, n plus 1 over 2, or 4 over 2, which is 2, n plus 1. Good. All right. Let's have a look at our second sequence. Let's zoom out a little so we can fit a little bit more on the screen. Okay, second sequence. Okay, so our initial term, a, is 2. Our difference, that looks like negative 2. So our general term is a plus n minus 1d, or 2 minus 2 times n minus 1. Okay, so that's our general term. Well, that's good. So now let's find our sum Sn. Sn equals, right, 2a plus d times n plus 1 over 2. Again, a equals 2. D equals negative 2. So we have 4 minus 2 times n plus 1 all over 2. 4 minus 2 is 2, divided by 2 is 1. So the sum of the first n terms is actually n plus 1. Interesting. Okay, so let's have a look at number 3. So let's move over to the left. Some space here. Number 3. What is our first term? We need to find our general term first. So our initial term is 3. Our common difference is 10. What's the formula for our general term? Tn equals a plus n minus 1d. Let's plug everything in. So we have 3 plus 10 times n minus 1. Let's expand this out. So we have 3 plus 10n minus 10, or 10n minus 7. Okay, and now the sum of the first n terms is 2a plus d times n plus 1 over 2. Our a is 3, so we have 6 plus 10 times n plus 1 all over 2. So 16 over 2 is 8 times n plus 1. Good. And last one, our fourth series. Let's have a look at it. Okay, interesting. 8 plus 3 minus 2 minus 7 minus 12. All right, so let's scroll over here. Let's zoom out a little so we can fit it in. The last one. Okay, so our initial term is 8. Our difference, or our change, common difference, is -5. Our general term is a plus n minus 1 times d. A is 8, d is 5, -5 rather. Let's expand this out. 8 minus 5n plus 5. What do we get? We get our general term, Tn, is -5n plus 13. Okay, excellent. So now the sum of the first n terms of our series is given by 2a plus d times n plus 1 over 2. Let's plug all our values in that we know. So a is 8, so 2 times 8 is 16. Our d is -5. Good, so 16 minus 5 is 11. So we have 11 over 2 times n plus 1. All right, so therefore the sum of the first n terms is 11 over 2 times n plus 1. Good, so it's just a direct application of the formulas for arithmetic sequences and arithmetic series. So this brings us to the end of our session today. If you have any questions, feel free to send us a note at info@raisemymarks.com or give us a call day or evening, and we will be happy to help you. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.